Good afternoon, Reds. We're here at the Academy ahead of tonight's under-23 fixture against Birmingham City at Meadow Lane. It'll be great to see as many of you there tonight as possible. It was a fantastic turnout last time against Blackburn Rovers down at Meadow Lane. So tickets are available for just £5 for adults. So come and show your support to Andy Reid's side. As he goes on to say in this interview, it really is appreciated by both himself, the players and the staff of the Nottingham Forest Academy. So hopefully see you there. Reedy, another couple of fruitful weeks for the lads. How would you assess the progress?
Yeah, really good. I think, we're improving all the time. I think the one thing that you see from under 23 football, and it's happened with us, there's a big kind of bump around in players. You get some down from the first team, you bump some up from the 18, so it's kind of hard to keep a really settled team as such, but we have to make sure that the core of the team still remains and things don't really change. We still have our style of play, we still have our principles. Sometimes you might change the shape a little bit, but as I said, the principles have to stay the same, and that's us playing on the front foot, playing attacking football, getting players into the box, and I also want to give them the freedom, because they're young players, some of them, and they're going to make mistakes, and when you make mistake, I just need to see the reaction is good. So I want them to be positive, wide areas. I want people to take on the duels, take on the 1v1s, and if they give it away, all they have to do is just show me a willingness to run back and try and atone for it. So it's freedom and expression, and we want them to be really positive. So it's been like that the last couple of weeks, which has been pleasing. But some of the stuff before that was really good, and probably early on in the season we didn't get results that we wanted. The last couple of games we've got the results and the performances to go with it.
A 2-0 win last time out against Reading under 23s. What positives did you take from that game?
Well, there was loads of positives. I have to say, I thought we played really, really well. I'm generally not the most relaxed before a game, because I'm really, really up for it, and as the boys are as well. But we travelled down on the Saturday. The preparation was really, really good. I felt really kind of calm about it. So when we got to the stadium, I think the boys felt relaxed in their preparation as well, and I felt really, really confident that we could go there and get a result. And that's kind of before you even see what the opposition are going to be like. I felt really confident that the work that we've done are really focus as much as possible on what we're going to do and try and make it about us as much as possible. And the lads went out on the pitch and performed really, really well. They played on the front foot right from the start. Probably could have been a couple up at half time, but then you come in at half time, it's 0-0, and I'm saying to the boys, just be nice and calm. The goals are coming. We're working the opposition really, really hard. We're running forward, we're passing forward. All the things that I'm asking of the players, the goals will come, and sure enough, in the second half, we probably up the tempo, maybe even a little bit in the second half, and turned the screw a little bit, and in the end could have won probably more comfortably.
Julian Larsson looks to be a player really coming into his own this season. What can you tell us about him?
Well, the first thing that I can tell you is that I'm over the moon with him, if I'm being honest with you. He had a difficult season last season, through injuries and COVID and a few other bits and pieces that contributed to him. He found it a bit of a struggle last season, if I'm being totally honest with you, and he's come back this season with a real renewed, strong mentality. His work rate is second to none, and now he's finding that because he's as fit as he's ever been, he's able to produce, and his ability was something that we never questioned. So for me, the mentality that he's come back with is absolutely fantastic, and I'm really, really pleased with him, and it's time for me to really start pushing him on now, really start giving him more challenges, more tasks, letting him take on more responsibility, and again letting him go and express himself.
And tonight's game against Birmingham, obviously back at Meadow Lane, and hopefully another chance for the supporters to come out and get behind the boys.
Yeah, I kind of say it most times when I sit down and speak to you, and I've only put out a tweet there not long ago on the back of the one that went out from the club. Honestly, the boys really, really appreciate when the fans come down and support them. It genuinely means a lot to them, and it means a lot to me as well. This is their platform that they've got at the moment. It's their springboard to try and get into the first team, and they are the next generation. There will be some of these players playing in the first team, so you really, really encourage. And I know it's not always possible. It's a 7 o'clock kick-off, some kids have school the next day. I totally get all that, but just to let people know that we do really, really appreciate when we get some people down through the door, and generally they're not disappointed. I think the ones that came down to Meadow Lane and seen our performance against Blackburn, I'm sure they all left kind of really, really satisfied. Now, I can't promise that it's going to be a 4-1 win every single time we play there, but I promise you that we will work hard, that we will give everything, that we will play on the front foot, and we will try and go about our jobs the way I believe that football should be played, and the way that we try and play it all through the academy. I watched the games over the weekend at the academy, and we're talking about the 23s now, but the under 18s, I watched them here on Saturday morning after we trained. And they beat Southampton 4-0, and honestly they were excellent. They were really excellent. And then went down and watched the last 45 minutes of the under-16s, and they beat Southampton 5-0. And as I said, you don't always get the results like that, but the way that they're trying to play and the way they're trying to go on the front foot is testament to not just the coaches of the 18s and the 23s and the 16s, but I know because my lad Oscar is in the under-10s, and I see the work that goes in right from the pre-academy, from the 6-7-year-old all the way up to our group, and it's there's some fantastic work going on, and the coaches in the building here next to us, they're absolutely fantastic. The way they treat the kids, the way they motivate the kids, and the way they help them develop, not just as footballers but also as people as well. It's a joy to be around.
As always, it's great to catch up with Andy Reid, and we wish him and his young side all the best for this evening's fixture. As we mentioned earlier, tickets are available on arrival from just £5 for adults. So hopefully see you at Meadow Lane, and come on you Reds.